Hey, what's going on, you guys? JPB Productions here, and today I'm going to explain to you guys what Survivor is doing for its 39th season. Wow. Wow, it started in 2000 and now 39th season. Bro, look. Wait, hold on a second. Look at this, okay? This is the Lesu buff. Look at that logo, alright? Look at that logo. Look how much better it is now compared to what it was in Season 1. Season 1 was just some palm trees and stuff. Now, it's got a person holding up a torch, and it's got a sail, and it's got a broken mast. The season and Survivor has evolved, man. Alright, back to business. Okay, so Survivor is doing its 39th season. And the theme and title was revealed. So for Edge of Extinction, I explained to you guys the second it came out on Inside Survivor what it was. I immediately told you guys what the theme was. And now it's no different. Now I'm going to explain to you what Survivor is doing for its 39th season. Now if you don't want to know what they're doing, turn off this video right now. If you want to find out on the reunion show at the end what they're doing, and you want to see the preview, you want to see the logo, you want to see how the twist works, or how the season works, it might not even be a twist, I'll explain that to you. But if you don't want to know, just stop this video right now. But if you do want to know, and you want to know exactly how everything's going to work, how all the format's going to work, it's not as spoiling. By the way, it's not as spoiling as Edge of Extinction. Like, that twist, like, I explained everything. This twist, it's like, if you know exactly how it works, it's not as bad. Alright, I'll give you 5 seconds, just like the last video, 5 seconds to do that if you don't want to know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Okay, so, first things first, the theme, actually no, first the title of Survivor's 39th season is going to be Survivor Island of the Idols. Which is like, why don't they call it Idol Island, you know? I'd prefer Idol Island, but I guess they just thought it sounded a bit of a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. Idol Island, Idol Island, Idol Island, yeah, I can't do it. Okay, I guess that's maybe why. Island of the Idols, it's a bit easier to say. I don't know, maybe that's why. But, for this season of Survivor, it's gonna be just like Ghost Island, Exile Island. Every episode, someone's sent to the Island of the Idols. I don't know how they're going to be sent there. It should be just like Ghost Island, though. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It wasn't revealed how they're going to go there. But it's probably going to be just like Ghost Island, where the winning tribe selects someone from the losing tribe, either at the right after the reward challenge or the immunity challenge, to go to the Island of the Idols. And if it's after the immunity challenge, they're safe from going to tribal council. If it's after the reward challenge, they may still attend tribal council if their tribe loses once they go back for the immunity challenge. We don't know. It could work in a lot of different ways. But the season is going to be called Survivor Island of the Idols. And I haven't even explained how it's going to work. There's 2 huge layers to it. One, there's going to be 20 castaways this season. Sort of. But for the first time, we're going to actually have the biggest cast in the history of Survivor for the season. Excitingly enough. There's technically going to be 22 castaways. Sort of. 22 contestants, but only 20 castaways. I'll explain. So Survivor will be having 20 newbies alongside 2 returning winners. Those 2 returning winners are Boston Rob Mariano and Sandra Diaz-Tuan. Now you might be thinking, yes! They're coming back. I love both of them. Don't get excited. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish that they were on the tribes. They're not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They're not. But I guess the good news is that they're going to have a lot of airtime because they can't be voted out. That's right. They will be living, not really living, but they will, every time someone's sent to the Island of the Idols, the 2 returnees, Boston Rob and Sandra, will be waiting there for them. They'll be waiting there for them, and once the player comes and is sent there, they will serve as advisors. Exactly how when Debbie was sent to Exile Island on the beautiful yacht, and John Cochrane comes into a boat and gives her a bunch of advice. It's exactly how this is going to work. So, for this season, they will be sent there, that player, and Boston Rob and Sandra will give them advice on what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. The player will say, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, how can you help me? And they'll just give them advice. I'm pretty sure both of them are going to be there at all times. I don't think it's going to be back and forth, Boston Rob and Sandra. I don't think it's going to be when a male goes, Boston Rob does it. When a female goes, Sandra does it. I'm pretty sure they're both there at the same time. We don't know. It seems like they'd probably both be there. And I'm guessing that they'll probably wear the same outfit that they wore on the actual Islands of Survivor. But they're not actually living to survive. Obviously not, because they're not actually players. They'll never have an opportunity to get in the game, unfortunately. Or so it seems. You know what? No. They're not getting a chance. It's about 98% that they're not going to become actual castaways in the hunt for the $1 million. Okay. So I really hope. I really wish that they were players, but they're not. They're just there. And then when players come, they give them advice. It's just dumb, man. I really wish they could be players. I don't care if Boston Roberts played 5 times. This would be his 5th time. I don't care if it's Sandra's 4th time. It would have been great if they could actually play the game. I don't care if we're seeing them a 5th and 4th time, respectively. I really don't care. But Boston Robbie, it's interesting that he is the first player to play Survivor 5 times. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay. So, but they're not going to be players. They're just giving them advice. And for the Island of the Idols part. Okay. This is how it's going to work. Every time someone is sent to the Island of the Idols, they will be given a chance, or an automatic, or a guarantee at receiving an idol or an advantage. So, what I'm guessing is that maybe it's random. Maybe it's not decided beforehand. Unlike Ghost Island, where you play a game or you don't. I'm thinking it could be like Ghost Island, where there's 13, 14 little urns, or 13, 14 boxes, and each episode you have to pick one. And some of them contain idols, some of them contain advantages, and some of them contain nothing. Or maybe even disadvantages. We don't know. But what we do know is every time someone is sent to the Island of the Idols, they could potentially... They get advice from Boston Rob and Sandra for sure. That's their first advantage that they will always get. And they have a shot at getting an idol, an advantage, or nothing, or maybe even a disadvantage. Maybe not a disadvantage, but I don't think that there'd be a disadvantage. But what I don't think is that it's decided beforehand whether they get it or not. I'm thinking it could be random, and you just pick which urn or box you want. And if you're right, that's great. And if you're wrong, you don't get anything. That's what I'm thinking it could be. Not much has been said, honestly. This is it was official. The only thing that hasn't been out is the cast. And it seems a bit vague. I don't know much. But it's sort of like Ghost Island. They get sent to the Island of Idols, they get advice, which they don't get in Ghost Island, but then they approach a game, probably, where they could potentially earn an idol, an advantage, nothing, or maybe a disadvantage. That's all I know. I have no clue how it's done. Or Boston Rob and Sandra might decide who gets it. I don't know. I don't think that's how it's done, though. Okay. Okay, Extinction Island is closed. Out of play. So you might think because there's returnees this season, a small amount, there might be a chance to get back in the game, and they don't usually change the format drastically. I don't know, it might be good news for some of you, it might be bad news for some of you, but they're not doing it anymore. Once you're voted out, you're out of the game permanently. I mean, it makes sense. Why would you have 2 islands? Extinction Island and Island of the Idols. That doesn't seem like a smart idea to me. It would make things really confusing to have 2 islands. So no, they're throwing out Redemption Island, they're throwing out Extinction Island, they're throwing out the Outcast West, no chance to get back in the game if you're voted out. Once your torch is snuffed, your game's over. And they only have one island this season, Island of the Idols. That's it. Okay? Canadians will be allowed to play this season. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe when you're watching, maybe if you're Canadian, you might be watching and you might be seeing someone and you're like, I know that person. Oh my god, I know that person. If you're Canadian, this is the first time you're going to experience that. I'm super pumped. Maybe you didn't know this, but I am a Canadian, and I am so hyped. I'm only 15, but I'm so hyped to apply in 3 years from now. I think I would be a great candidate for the show, and I would love to be on Survivor. The first time I can apply is for its 44th and 45th season. I can only be on the 45th because I'll be 18 by then. It's a long time to wait, but it's been my dream forever. So I'm super happy Canadians are allowed to apply. Jeff said it himself when he announced this. Canadians know the game pretty well. They seem very, that's the place of the super fans. America, they got the wolf in sheep clothing, they got the athletic one, they got the good looking one, they got the hot one. They got the nerd archetypes as well. They got the goofballs, they got the life of the parties, they got all these stuff. But Canada is based solely on super duper fans. People that know the game extremely well. And that's so important in a Survivor season. So, it looks to me like it's going to be 20 castaways, 10 Canadian, 10 American. That seems very simple. Yeah, it seems very simple. It's going to be 5 Americans, 5 American males, 5 American females, 5 Canadian males, and 5 Canadian females. Alright. Tribe division. How are the tribes going to get divided? Is it going to be USA versus Canada? Perhaps? Or it might just be like Manu, Kama, Matt Singh, Kat Hanna, Malolo versus Navidi. It might just be the name of the beach and no actual theme with the contestants. Because, every season that they've done, an island archetype, there wasn't a theme with the tribe. Even Blood versus Water doesn't count because it's not a theme with the tribes. It's not something unique about a tribe. Blood versus Water was the twist. But each tribe, there's nothing unique about them. They just have relatives on the other tribe. So even there, it's it has nothing to do with the actual people in the tribe. So what I'm thinking is it's probably just going to be another island name versus island name for the season. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It's not, extremely abstract. It's a pretty simple season, but it still has a bit more to it than, let's say, David vs. Goliath, or HVHVH, or Survivor Philippines, or Survivor Amazon. That's just strategy at its core. At least there's a huge twist this season, Island of the Idols, with 2 former winners giving advice and a chance of getting advantages, just like Ghost Island. I kind of like it. I wasn't a huge fan of Ghost Island, but this might be a bit better than Ghost Island, because I feel like they'll be very careful about how many idols and advantages they implement into the game. They might put a lot. They might not put very much. We'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting season, though, I think. And in the comments below, tell me your opinions on this twist. Do you think it's going to be Canada versus USA on the tribes, or do you just think it's going to be some normal tribe name of the island? What kind of advantages or idols do you think they'll implement? You think maybe extra vote? You think maybe immunity challenge advantage? You think maybe vote steal advantage? Juror removal? Idol nullifier? We don't know. We just know they're going to have an opportunity to get something. And we don't know what the chance is to get that opportunity. So with that being said, interesting twist. Don't really know how it's going to play out. I'm really excited, though. And we're going to have more details, including the preview, logo of the season, maybe the tribe names, a few of the contestants, on the Inside Survivor website, as well as the reunion show for Survivor Edge of Extinction, which we'll find out that, and on Inside Survivor they'll reveal the cast probably very soon, at least a few of them. And when does the season air? I'd say maybe mid-September, so you should look out for that. The 39th season will probably air mid-September. So with that being said, I'm JPB Productions. See you guys.